Okay, here we go. This is the hand I busted out on in the free roll today, Sunday. Um, I'm going to try to go through the hand a little bit because there was a little bit of discussion in the chat afterwards about how light the call was by the Colonel, perhaps. At least Big Evil had said something in the chat, and I did a little bit. I ribbed him a little bit more than anything. But I'm curious myself as to think, I don't know, what would he need? Or at least in this point, we'll go with, is Queen Jack enough against my range? Let's find out. Okay, first off, I have shoved from the hijack, a full 11 big blinds. Ace 10 is actually a fairly easy shove for me, but I'll show you my range here in a little bit. The pot is 1535, giving 1.241 odds. Okay, that comes out to where the Colonel would need 44.5% equity to call. In other words, that's how often he would need to win against my range. Now you can see with Poker Tracker, some of you guys have this. This is the little replayer, and it's telling us here quickly that he's 42% to win here in this exact scenario. You know, if I flip my hand face up and showed it to him and said, "Here you go, this is what I got. You want to call?" He should fold. He doesn't have the odds. If it's going strictly by odds, of course. But the question remains, Queen Jack, well, is that a good call against my entire range? Let's find out. Poker Stove. Some of you probably have it. If you don't, go Google Poker Stove and you should be able to find it fairly easily. What this will help us do is put in hands or ranges of hands and give you an idea of what the equity is for each hand. So we're going to do that here. We're going to put kernels here. I don't need to do that. I'll just go here. Queen Jack, I could just typed it in. And here we're going to put my range. Now, what is Ricky Rich shoving here? Well, I'm going to tell you. Any pair. From the hijack, I am going to go with any suited ace. So I'm going to click all these. I am also going with the better offsuit aces, down to about 9. I don't like 8 here. I mean, maybe I could ask. I don't know. That's fine. I don't know. I'm gonna go with King Queen, King Jack, Queen Jack. I will go with. These offsuit ones I will not, but I will tell you that suited, I am more than willing to go with anything with a suited 9, as I call it. Anything X9 suited, I'll go with that. And that would complete my range. Yep, that would do it right there. So we're at 19.8% of all hands. So 1/5 at a time I'm going to be going here. Alright, we'll put that in. So, we'll click Evaluate, and it tells us that Queen Jack offsuit against my full range, because I am shoving my full range. I'm shoving aces. I'm shoving 10-9. He is about 39.5% to win. Okay, that's a full 5% short. That's pretty big, really. Yeah, I would say that's a fairly big miss. Now, can he come up with reasons to overcome that 5%? I don't know. He did say, well, I had the chips to call. Is that worth 5%? I'm not a pro. I mean, maybe there's something to that. You know, will it make up 5% of the time? I don't know. But one, it does send a message to the rest of the table that, hey, you know, you might want to be careful going into my big blind. I will look you up. Two, if he wins, he gets an even more dominating chip position, especially over big. He would end up having pretty good position against both these guys. Actually, if he wins, which he did, you know, second and third place, 5-handed, he could pretty much have his way with them a good bit, especially as the blinds had gone up, and with these guys remaining shorter. Busy's in decent shape, but he's pretty short. One of these guys busts soon, especially if Busy goes out, and he'd be able to take advantage of the fact that this guy is so short and just pummel these two. Anyway, What other reason can we think of calling here? Well, we don't know what range he put me on. He said he didn't put me on a particularly strong hand. He said something about tens. Well, tens is pretty strong. But let's go in here and add a few things to my range that I might possibly be thought to go with. Maybe he thought I'd go with any ace here. We'll put them on there. Maybe any Broadway. We'll go with that. Maybe a couple of these suited cards. Maybe he thought I'd do that. Maybe even these two. I don't know. That's getting pretty wide, but let's try to make it work. So now all of a sudden it's over a third in my hands, which is a considerable difference. Well, let's go ahead and run it. Okay, that's enough. That's considerably enough. Okay, suddenly he's good enough. Just barely, but he gets there. Now, if he puts me that wide, okay, well, fine, you can call me. But you really think I'm going to show 35% of my hands here? That much? I don't know. That's something he'll have to answer. If he really thinks I'm going a third of the time from this spot as opposed to a fifth of the time, alright, good call. But I can tell you right now, most players are not going anywhere near as wide as I am, okay? A lot of them will even raise fold some of their weaker hands. I'm shoving my entire range. Now you guys know that. You probably had an idea anyway. But that's about how wide he'd have to put me in order to make Queen Jack a call. That range right there. That's a lot. But anyway, that's the long and the short of it, in my opinion. And you can run with that in the forums as soon as this gets posted, okay? Thanks.